focus with a specific color. It's okay with any color, you can do drawing. So I just separate this one a little bit down. I'm going to separate this one too, because this is for another trees or bushes. So I imagine these are bushes or trees. And then for the mountain, it starts here, a little comes down like that. The rest is hiding under the trees. So these are good to imagine, enough for our landscape and the mountain. This section is for our sky. Start from top of the canvas and try to lay down, hold the hair of brush into the surface and go and back to cover it. Heavy texture with the purple color for the top of canvas. And then right beside this one, when it's wet, just a touch of white color into the brush. I would like to make it lighter here when it's wet. Just a touch of pure white, bring it. With going back the brush, you can make a little lighter tone of purple. Try to blend white color into the purple on the edge, close to the mountain. And then clean the brush with napkin. Move on with this color. The yellowy orangey that you make, take some of those. Then you can play with your tip of brush, make some curve on top to shape the cloud. But always, please try to use the wet surface. Even when it gets dry, again back to the paint, bring it back to let it be wet. Because the wet surface, the paint can mix together very gently and you can get rid of the edge in between the different colors. So you can blend them very well together. Then you can see, because you use blue and red to mix and reach the color like a purple, you can have more red in your purple, in your mixture. Then your purple is moved towards reddish and pinkish like that. You can add more blue. Then your purple is more bluey like this. And this is good for our mountain. We need something close to that color. And still we need this one as well. So all these colors, these two, we make with blue, red, and white. But for this one, I add a little bit more blue. And for that one, I add a little bit more red instead of blue. And the mountain is not really smooth and soft like our sky. So you can make it some hard edges as well. So start from top part, adding heavy paint, and try to bring it down. It doesn't need to pay attention to the grass or bushes or any trees that we have. They will come on top. And even we can make some more bump on top of our mountain, which is more real, like this. Bring it a little bit details. We are going to start dark color close to the mountain, and then we move on further. Here on the bottom of canvas is more lighter tone. So I'm going to start with this dark purple first. Take some. Just straight, you need to, same as the sky, try to cover under the mountain. It's better to be so flat and straight because the river is like that. And even the wave move on like the brush strokes look like the right and left. It's not from top to bottom. So bring it a little down close to this part. And it's not just this color. When it's still wet, I'm going to add the pure blue color. Such a pure blue color we have. So take your brush like this, use the tip of brush. I'm going to add some line with the tip of brush and try to mix in between the purple like this. I'm not cover whole the bottom of the river with this color because I need to bring some color like browny blacky, but the feeling of blue is nice to have still on the purple like that. small details like that. Not much. A little space in between, a little bit like that again. Okay. And then when you move forward, even it gets bigger and even thicker. Okay. So, and if you see, I'm not connecting them together. I add a little space in between each part and then move on in front to show that this is a reflection of my sun. Try to draw tree trunk with this line straight. Take your brush like that. Draw one line like this. And we need another line beside that. And it's better, some of them it's not, some shorter, some longer. Not all in the same level, which is not happening in the trees on reality. So narrow, I try, because the top of the tree is so small. So please add some line like that, a little bit of space in between. And it shows this kind of tree is, it's look like open hand and it's on top. It's like that. Sometimes it's open like that. Sometimes it's on the bottom, toward the bottom. It depends, but in between always it's a little bit empty space, so the sky and mountain is visible in between this kind of tree. And then
it sure doesn't look like hers.
When you move down, you can make it thicker and thicker. Shouldn't be always straight. Sometimes the branch can be a little in an angle like that. And then when you are on this part, they're all close together. It's look like a bushes. Even I can draw one line to separate the section from the river. Yeah, it's better to separate it with a line, with a dark line, this two together. and then get bigger. You can randomly with the brush stroke play with the tip of brush and move and shape these branches. And for each part, when you come down, it's get bigger and bigger. I try to take heavy paint and try to help it sit on the canvas. Take some this reddish brown that we mixed before. And I imagine the rock, I'm not adding any reflection right now. I just imagine you see some rock, half of it it's under the water, some is on top. So I try to draw, for example, one here, like this shape. And then straight. I try to add a tone on top. It's okay if you would like to make it with texture because it's so in front of us, so you can make it texture on top. I will add blue and the white color to make some grayish tone. I already have the brown in my brush. So blue and white I mix with it. Bring some dark, lighter tone here on one side. That's nice to have one light color. Clean your brush. Back to this dark color that you mix red with black. This is the bigger rock. I would like to have one here on this side. Shape the rock like that. Color that we have, the same color that we use for the rock and the trees. I use the flat brush again. Take some, keep a little bit purpley line in between and start from this part to adding the reflection. Draw the line. Some line can be thicker, randomly add more. Even you can mix some dark color like a black. It's thick, a little again space, some broken line in darkness. So we need to keep purple as well in between this darkness. And imagine the shadow of this one get a little further. So this is the shadow of this part. I think it's a little bit long. I'm not adding more than that. Yeah. So randomly, like a zigzaggy line, you can move on toward the stone. Please not touch the stone. And in between, keep the purple tone as well. Some of them is connect together because of the shape of tree. Some of them are separate. Even here can be some be connect together. And then when you are moving further, it's a little less. Like that. I think I'm too dark here. I need to bring back with the purple and red with the white. Make that purple again. If you see you're really dark, you can bring it back. So about the acrylic paint, you don't need to be worried. If you don't like the color you add, you can have always the chance to cover with the color that you like.
Yeah, that's one nice thing. You can do whatever you want.
They should have
And
rated
with the
them like
same color,
easy.
I'm going to add a little bit line on the stance here, but this one is not much long. Even I can use sometimes the blue into the black.
You know who would have
Because
liked
of the mountain, I feel more bluey tone here.